Welcome to the Ultimate Sports Blog Podcast. Today is Sunday, April 29, 2018. Today I'm going to recap last night's NBA playoff action, look ahead to today's NBA playoff action, as well as looking back at yesterday's Stanley Cup playoff action, looking ahead to today's Stanley Cup playoff action, baseball from last night, and go over today's games as well, and we'll go over the NFL draft and all the picks in the 4th through 7th rounds. Here we go. The Celtics feed the Bucks 112-96 in Game 7 to win the series and advance to play the Philadelphia 76ers. Al Horford, 26 points in the win. Chris Middleton put up 32 in defeat. The Warriors defeat the Pelicans 123-101 in Game 1 of the semifinals and have a 1-0 series lead. Klay Thompson put up 27 in the win. Anthony Davis put up 21 in defeat. Today you have the Pacers at the Cavaliers, 1 o'clock, ABC, Mike Breen, Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy, probably Doris Burke doing the sidelines. This is the biggest first-round game I could remember in a very long time because of so many circumstances with LeBron's future, and pretty much that's it. It's all about LeBron in this game in terms of why this is the biggest first-round game I can remember in a long time. So, that said, I like Cleveland to win. They're the better team. They have the best player on the court. And I think it's going to be a close game like most of the games have been in this series, with the exception of Game 6. Let's say 117-114 Cavs as they move on to the second round as Indiana gives them a push. Jazz at the Rockets, Game 1, 3:30 ABC. Mark Jones, C.B. Brown, probably Lisa Salters. This is going to be a good series. I am picking the Rockets to win this in 6 games. Ricky Rubio's injury scares me for Utah. So, if Rubio is healthy, maybe I pick Rockets in 7, but I'm going to go Rockets in 6. But the Jazz are still a good darn team led by Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert, Joe Ingles, and there's a lot of other good guys on that team. The Rockets are just a better team. I'm picking them to win Game 1 as well. James Harden will be the best guy on the court. Clint Capella will play well. Chris Paul will play well. Eric Gordon will play well. So give me the Rockets 110-97. I think Rubio's presence will be missed in this game as the Toyota Center will be rocking. Stanley Cup playoffs yesterday. The Bruins defeated the Lightning 6-2 to take a 1-0 series lead. First period, Rick Nash is second in the playoffs on the power play, assisted by David Pastrnak and Patrice Bergeron, 1-0 Boston. Second period, Patrice Bergeron second in the playoffs, assisted by David Pastrnak and Brad Marchand, 2-0 Bruins. Dan Girardi's first in the playoffs, assisted by Cedric Paquette and Victor Hedman, makes it a 2-1 game. Rick Nash is third of the playoffs, second of the game, assisted by David Krejci and David Pastrnak. 3-1 Bruins. Mikhail Sergachev, second of the playoffs on the power play, assisted by Braden Point and Yanni Gurdjieff, makes it a 3-2 game. Third period, Brad Marchand's fourth of the playoffs, assisted by Charlie McAvoy, makes it 4-2 Bruins. Patrice Bergeron's third of the playoffs, assisted by Brad Marchand and David Pastrnak, 5-2 Bruins. Jake DeBrusk, sixth of the playoffs, assisted by Brad Marchand and Charlie McAvoy, makes it 6-2 Bruins final. Tuukka Rask was great in this game. 34 saves on 36 shots. Andrei Vasilevsky did not have a good performance. 18 saves, 5 goals given up on 23 shots. The Sharks defeated the Golden Knights 4-3 in double overtime. They even up the series at 1 apiece. This was an outstanding game. This game wasn't over until after midnight on the East Coast. First period, William Karlsson, second of the playoffs, assisted by Colin Miller and Nate Schmidt, 1-0 Vegas. Second period, William Karlsson, second of the game, third of the playoffs, assisted by Riley Smith, 2-0 Vegas. Brett Burns is second of the playoffs on the power play, assisted by Joe Pavelski, makes it a 2-1 game. Logan Couture's third of the playoffs, assisted by Thomas Hertl, 2-2. Brent Burns is second of the game, third of the playoffs, assisted by Timo Meier and Joe Pavelski, 3-2 Sharks. Third period, Nate Schmidt's first of the playoffs, ties it up at 3 apiece, assisted by Shea Theodore, and Aricala. Jonathan Hirschfeld thought he had the game-winning overtime goal assisted by Shea Theodore to give the Vegas Golden Knights a 2-0 series lead and a 4-3 win, but the goal was waved off due to offside, so we go to a second overtime. Logan Couture's fourth of the playoffs, second of the game on the power play, assisted by Kevin LeBlanc, and Brent Burns gave San Jose the 4-3 double overtime win. Martin Jones was spectacular in this game. 26 saves on 29 shots. Marc-Andre Fleury was spectacular. 43 saves on 47 shots. You can't fault Fleury. The Sharks were just great. And Fleury kept Vegas into that game. He's a big reason why that game went into overtime. Today you have the Penguins at the Capitals, 3 o'clock on NBC. Pittsburgh has a 1-0 series lead. I think Washington takes game 2 to even up at 1 apiece. Let's say 3-2 overtime for the Capitals on a goal by the great Alexander Ovechkin. 7 o'clock on NBCSN, you have the Jets at the Predators, game 2. I think Nashville rebounds and gets a win to even up the series at 1 apiece. Let's say 4-2 Nashville in regulation on that game. Baseball. There were 17 games played yesterday because there were 2 doubleheaders. The Twins defeated the Reds 3-1 as they improve to 9-13. Cincinnati drops to 6-21. The Twins' 8-game losing streak is over. Jake Odorizzi with the win, Sal Romano with the loss, Fernando Rodney with the save. The White Sox defeated the Royals 8-0 in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Chicago improves to 8-16. Casey drops to 5-20. Carson Fulmer with the win. Trevor Oakes with the loss. The Cubs defeated the Brewers 3-0 as they improve to 14-10. Milwaukee drops to 16-12. Jose Quintana with the win. Junior Guerrero with the loss. The Rays won their 8th straight game, 12-6 over the Red Sox as they improve to 12-13. Boston drops to 19-7. Ryan Yarbrough with the win. David Price with the loss. The Diamondbacks defeated the Nationals 4-3 in 10 innings. I had the Diamondbacks on the podcast yesterday because this was an FS1 game. They improved to 19-7. Washington drops to 11-16. Yoshihisa Hirano with the win. Sammy Solis with the loss, and Brad Boxberger had the save. The Dodgers defeated the Giants 15-6 in Game 1 of that doubleheader as the Dodgers improved to 12-13. San Fran drops to 12-14. Walker Buehler with the win. Chris Stratton with the loss. The Rangers defeat the Blue Jays 7-4 as they improve to 11-17. Toronto drops to 14-12. Bartolo Colon with the win. Jaime Garcia with the loss. Keone Kela with the save. The Mariners defeat the Indians 12-4. That's an impressive win. As they improve to 15-11, Cleveland drops to 14-11. Mike Leake with the win. Carlos Carrasco with the loss. The Braves defeat the Phillies 4-1 as they improve to 15-11. Phillies drop to 16-10. Mike Falta-Units with the win. Nick Pivetta with the loss. Arodys Viciano with the save. The Tigers defeat the Orioles 9-5 as they improve to 11-14. Baltimore drops to 7-20. Francisco Liriano with the win. Andrew Kashner with the loss. The Pirates defeated the Cardinals 6-2 as they improve to 16-11. The Cardinals dropped to 15-11. Trevor Williams with the win. Jack Flaherty with the loss. The Astros destroyed the Athletics 11-0 as they improve to 18-10. Oakland drops to 14-13. Lance McCullers Jr. with the win. Daniel Mengden with the loss. The Marlins defeated the Rockies 4-1 as they improve to 8-18. Colorado drops to 15-13. Wei Chen with the win. Herman Marquez with the loss. Kyle Barclaw with the save. Game 2 of the doubleheader between the White Sox and the Royals. The Royals defeat the White Sox 5-2 as they improve to 6-20. Chicago drops to 8-17. Eric Skoglund with the win. Dylan Covey with the loss. Kelvin Herrera with the save. The Padres defeated the Mets 12-2 as they improve to 10-18. The Mets dropped to 16-9. Joey Lucchesi with the win. Jason Vargas with the loss. The Yankees absolutely destroyed the Angels 11-1 as they win 8 straight. They are now 17-9. The Angels dropped to 16-11. Game 2 of the doubleheader between the Dodgers and the Giants. The Giants defeated the Dodgers 8-3 as they improve to 13-14. The Dodgers dropped to 12-14. Today's games, you have Tigers-Orioles, 105. Daniel Norris against Kyle Gossman. Rays going for 9 straight wins at the Red Sox. Matt Andrees against Rick Porcello. Rangers-Blue Jays, you have Martin Perez at J.A. Happ. Mariners-Indians, Marco Gonzalez against Josh Tomlin. Rockies-Marlins, you have Chad Bettis and Caleb Smith. Diamondbacks-Nationals, you have Robbie Ray and Gio Gonzalez. Braves-Phillies, you have Brandon McCarthy and Vince Velasquez. Cardinals-Pirates, you have Luke Weaver and Nick Kingham. Reds-Twins, you have Tyler Mahle and Jose Berrios. Athletics-Astros, you have Trevor Cahill and Garrett Cole. White Sox-Royals, you have Hector Santiago and Ian Kennedy. Brewers-Cubs, you have Zach Davies and Tyler Chatwood. Mets-Padres, you have Zach Wheeler and Brian Mitchell. Dodgers-Giants, you have Kenta Maeda against Ty Blach. Sunday Night Baseball, Yankees at the Angels. You have CC Sabathia against Tyler Skaggs. The Yankees are going for 9 in a row. Do I think they'll get it, or do I think the Angels will snap the Yankees' win streak? Hard call. I'm going to say Sabathia pitches well. I'm going to say both teams play well. This feels like one of those games that the Angels win late. Kind of like how we thought Friday night was looking out to be before the Yankees made their comeback. So give me the Angels. Let's say 4-3 as the Yankees winning streak ends at 8. NFL draft. Go over the 4th through 7th rounds and what picks I liked. Like the Browns, I liked them picking Antonio Callaway in the 4th round. The Broncos got a good player with Josie Jewell in the 4th round. The New York Football Giants took Kyle Lauletta, the quarterback from Richmond, in the 4th round. I thought that was an interesting selection. I don't think that means that he's going to be Eli Manning's long-term replacement. But I think they want more than one option of that on their roster. But I personally think that they should have went with Luke Falk from Washington State if they were going to go with the quarterback. But Kyle Lauletta has drawn comparisons to Jimmy Garoppolo. So maybe Lauletta will turn out to be a good player someday. The Raiders selecting Nick Nelson from Wisconsin was a solid selection. The Bengals taking Mark Walton, the running back from Miami. The Broncos took Deshaun Hamilton from Penn State. That was a good pick. The Lions taking Deshaun Hand from Alabama. That was a solid pick. The Cowboys taking Dorrance Armstrong of Kansas. The Ravens, I like their selection in the 4th round of Anthony Avery from Alabama. The Chargers got a good player in Kaiser White from West Virginia. Rick Leonard, the tackle from Florida State. That was a solid pick by the New Orleans Saints. The Eagles got a steal in the 4th round with Josh Sweat from Florida State. The Dolphins got a nice player with Kalen Ballage from Arizona State, the running back. The Ravens got a nice player with Jaleel Scott from New Mexico State. 5th round. Green Bay taking Cole Madison from Washington State. The guard was a solid pick. R.J. McIntosh could be a sneaky good player in the league. The tackle from Miami, that's a solid pick by the Giants, although they probably should have gone offensive line there. The steal of this round so far, Oakland Raiders, Maurice Hurst, the defensive tackle from Michigan. He was supposed to be a 1st or 2nd round pick, but he fell due to that heart condition. I really like that selection for Oakland. Another great pick in this round was Seattle taking Shaquem Griffin from UCF, the linebacker. DJ Reed from Kansas State's going to be a solid player, so that's going to be a good pick for San Francisco. Jannard Avery, the linebacker from Memphis, solid pick by the Browns in the 5th round. The Lions got a good tackle with Tyrell Crosby in the 5th round. He's from Oregon. The Colts got a steal in the 5th round with Doris Fountain from Northern Iowa. The Rams got a steal with the linebacker Afghania Oroko from Oklahoma. The Vikings got themselves a solid kicker with Daniel Carlson from Auburn. The Seahawks got a steal in this round, Jamarco Jones from Ohio State. The Bengals got a solid player with Darius Phillips from Western Michigan. I think he could be a sleeper. A questionable pick was Dallas taking Mike White, the quarterback from Western Kentucky. Maybe they thought they needed a backup QB for Prescott, but I thought that was a head-scratching pick. 6th round. Chris Campbell, the corner from Penn State, selected by the Cardinals, solid pick. The Colts got another steal, Deion Kane, the wideout from Clemson, in the 6th round. The Tennessee Titans took Luke Falk in the 6th round, the quarterback from Washington State, so I guess they'll be backing up Marcus Mariota. The Eagles got a good lineman in the 6th round, Matt Pryor from TCU. The Packers in the 6th round got a solid receiver with Aquavius St. Brown, the wideout from Notre Dame. The Cowboys got a nice wideout in the 6th round as well, Cedric Wilson Jr. 7th round, anything I like? The Dallas Cowboys selecting Bo Scarborough, the running back from Alabama. I won't be shocked if he's backing up Ezekiel Elliott this upcoming season. The Chargers taking Justin Jackson, the running back from Northwestern, was a solid pick. I liked him. The Bengals taking Auden Tate, the wideout from Florida State. That's a good one. And that's it for picks that I like from rounds 4 through 7. I'll be back tomorrow recapping all the games and giving out my draft grades, talking about baseball, giving out my players of the week. And players of the month are going to be revealed Tuesday because tomorrow is April 30th. So I hope you guys have a great day, everybody.